All right, one of the biggest misconceptions about learning English. Um, I notice this a lot. Um, let's say I make a post, or if it's in Italian or something like that, there will always be, not always, but sometimes there are people who, wow, you made this mistake, or you did this wrong, or you did this. If you're learning, for example, A0, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, even at the C2 level, you are always making mistakes. You never stop making mistakes. Even if you're speaking or using your native language, you will always make a mistake. It's just a part of the process. It's just that as you grow, you make less and less mistakes. Like there's this idea of perfection or perfectionism that just doesn't exist. Like for example, today I'm doing lessons right now on my computer, and I'm having difficulty with the congiuntival or the subjunctive form, or even like the passato remoto, or what is this showing up? Okay, passato remoto. What is this on my screen? Anyway, passato remoto, which is past remote, the subjunctive form. See, I can't even speak in English. And then there's also the second conditional, and then the third conditional. Um, and then I think there's one more like tense, but usually like the conjugations give me the biggest difficulty. And so I just wanted to say, I was like, somebody was showing up on my screen. Maybe it was somebody who came just to watch or whatever. But anyway, the perfectionism is a big problem among people who are learning English. They think that if they reach a higher level, they will make no mistakes. And this fear actually holds them back, actually. And a lot of people don't get started because of that. They don't start learning because they don't want to make mistakes. But you can't get better unless you make mistakes. Like if you play the piano or the saxophone or any other instrument, you can't improve if you don't practice. So it's just this vicious cycle that I see over and over and over and over and over. Now, this is something extra. Another thing is for my course, I usually give like a trial period, right? So I give people this great information, and a lot of people think that the first 5 weeks of the information that I give them is enough to reach their goals. Yes, you can reach C1 with the information that I give you, but then there's also the fluency side that you still need to improve. And so that's why it's so important to have a coach throughout the whole journey. Yes, you can reach C1 with the information that I give you, but you still need the fluency exercises, the pronunciation exercises, the listening exercises, right? So, for example, I had a client who, I gave him a lot of information for the first 5 weeks, and then to yesterday, he was watching movies, but he wasn't watching movies in an active way, right? So just that one little tweak that I gave him changed the direction of his path, right? So you always need a coach because I can see what you're doing wrong, right? You could be doing something that's wasting time, like I did. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so the biggest misconception is you won't make mistakes, okay? You will always make mistakes. It's just as you grow, you continue to work on your mistakes and reduce. The goal is to reduce your mistakes, all right? So that's it. Anyway, talk to you tomorrow. Or, no, what's today? Friday? Yeah, talk to you on Monday, all right? So have a good weekend.